Do you ever feel like the world is too big and your dreams are too far? 005. Away, let me tell you the story of a boy who started with nothing but a curious. 011. Mind and an unstoppable desire to learn. He was not born with extraordinary. 019. Powers, he wasn't born a billionaire or a genius, but through his passion. 025. Determination and love for learning. He became one of the most powerful. And 031. Influential figures in the world. This boy is Bill Gates, a name that 038 has become a symbol of success and innovation. His story is not just about 044 becoming rich. It's about believing in your dreams, working hard, and turning 050 ideas into reality. It's about never giving up. No. 055. No matter how tough life gets, today we will begin his journey. 102. We'll talk about his childhood, his curiosity, the struggles he faced, and how. 109. His love for computers started. By the time you finish this story, you will not. 115. Only know Bill Gates' early life, but also feel inspired to chase your own. 121. Dreams and remember as we go along, keep learning new English words and phrases. 129. Just like Bill Gates believed in learning something new every day, Bill. 135. Gates was born on October 28, 1955 in Seattle, Washington, USA, into a 143. Loving and supportive family. His full name, William Henry Gates III, came from 151. His father and grandfather, as he was the third in the line, but no one in his family could have. 159. Guess that this small boy would one day become a global icon. Bill's family was neither very rich, 207, nor very poor. They lived a comfortable middle-class life. His father, William H. 214. Gates Sr. was a tall and disciplined lawyer. He believed in hard work. And 221. Education. His mother, Mary Maxwell Gates, was a kind and intelligent woman who, 228, worked as a teacher and later served on corporate boards. Even as a baby, Bill was curious. 236. His parents often joked that he could stare at something for hours trying to. 242. Understand how it worked. This curiosity would become one of his greatest. 248. Strengths. From an early age, Bill showed signs of brilliance. He loved books. 255. Read everything he could get his hands on. By the age of 7, he was devouring. 301. Books on science, history, and even law. His favorite place was the family's. 308. Small library where he could sit for hours with a book in his lap. But Bill, 314, wasn't perfect in school. He was often bored because the lessons were too easy. 320. For him, he didn't like following rules, and sometimes his teachers complained. 326. That he was too restless. However, his sharp mind made him stand out one day when he was 9 years. 334. Older teacher asked Bill, "Why do you always look distracted in class, Bill?" 342. Confidently replied, "Because I've already read the book." His parents realized that. 348. Bill needed more challenges, so they enrolled him in the prestigious Lakeside. 354. School known for encouraging bright students, Lakeside School would change. 4 o'clock. Bill's life forever was here that he was introduced to something that, for 05, fascinated him more than books. Computers. In the late 1960s, computers were rare. 413. They were massive machines that filled entire rooms, and only big companies, or, for 18, universities owned them. But Lakeside had a computer, and Bill was immediately, for 25, drawn to it. The first time he touched a computer keyboard board, he felt like he, for 31, had discovered magic. Bill would spend hours in the computer room learning how to program. For 39, his passion was so strong that he often skipped other classes just to work on. 444. The computer. At first, his teachers were annoyed, but soon they realized that Bill, 450, had a special talent. One day, his math teacher said, "Bill, you might just change." 457. The world someday. Bill didn't just use a computer for fun. At the age of 13, he, 504, created his first computer program. It was a simple game of 510 tic-tac-toe, where a user could play against a computer this small. 515. Achievement filled him with pride and showed him what was possible with 5:20. Programming during his time at Lakeside, Bill met Paul Allen, the senior student who 5:27. Shared his love for CompURS. Paul was quiet and thoughtful while Bill was 5:34. Energetic and outspoken despite their differences. They 5:40 became close friends because of their shared passion. Paul and Bill would spend 5:46 hours talking about the future of computers. One day, Paul said, Bill, I 5:54 believe one day there will be a computer on every desk and in every home. 6 o'clock. This idea seemed impossible at the time. Computers were expensive and only big. 6:06. Businesses used them, but Bill believed it too. They started dreaming together. 6:13. About how they could make this vision a reality. By the time Bill was 15, he 6:19. Wasn't just learning, he was earning along with Paul Allen. He started his 6:25. First business Treo data, which created a pro program to analyze traffic data for 6:32. Cities earned $20,000 from this project, a huge amount. 6:38. Of money for teenagers in the 1970s, this experience taught Bill. And 6:44. Important lesson: success isn't just about ideas, it's about turning those 6:50 ideas into action. He realized that to achieve big dreams, you have to work hard. 6:57. And take risks. Bill's love for learning and working didn't mean he was always 7:03. Serious. He had a playful side too at Lakeside. He loved sitting with girls. 7:09. During classes, not to flirt, but because he believed girls were more focused. And 7:16. Discipline. This habit made him more comfortable interacting with people and building connections, but Bill was also 7:24. Competitive. He loved challenges and would often bet with his friends on who 7:29 could solve a problem faster. He hated losing and would do whatever it took to 7:36. Come out on top. His parents sometimes worried about his obsession with 7:42. Computers. One evening his mother said, Bill, you can't spend your whole life in 7:48. Front of a computer. Bill replied with a smile, why not? 7:55. Mom, one day computers will change the world, and I want to be part of 8:02. That even as a teenager, Bill showed signs of leadership. He wasn't just 8:08 interested in programming. He wanted to build something big. He dreamed of 8:13 creating a company that would make computers accessible to everyone. At 8:19, Lakeside, Bill and Paul would stay late at night discussing their dreams. They 8:25 didn't have all the answers, but they had one thing in common: a vision for the 8:32 future. In 1973, when Bill Gates was just 18 years, 8:37 old, he enrolled at Harvard University, one of the best colleges in the world. 8:44. His parents were thrilled because Harvard was a big deal and they believed. 8:49. Bill would become a successful lawyer like his father, but Bill had a different 8:55 plan while other students were busy studying law, history, or medicine. 9:01. Bill spent most of his time in the computer lab. He skipped classes to learn. 9:07. More about programming and write code. He loved solving problems and creating. 9:13. Software that can make computers work faster. One day a professor at Harvard. 9:19. Asked Bill, why don't you focus on your studies instead of spending all your 9:25 time with computers. Bill smiled and said, because this is the future, computers will change. 9:33. Everything, and I want to be ready for it. Even at Harvard, Bill's passion for computers. 9:39. Made him stand out. He wasn't just a student, he was a visionary. In 9:46. 1974. While Bill was still in college, something happened that would change his. 9:52.